it is time for unpacking. Yes, ready to roll. Now, today we are rolling into unpacking with ONN Gospel. If you've been hearing the gospel songs, yes, that is ONN Gospel. Listen, they're going to do a breakdown because here I was thinking that ONN Gospel is a group, okay? Because we see that they always come together to give us all of the renditions that they do. And also, they have the originals as well, right? Now, I'm excited because I have Shadrach, Alexandra, and Isaac here with me. Now, Isaac is the production manager, Ultimate Music Group. Alexandra and Shadrach are by themselves artists, and they are also a part of ONN Gospel. Yes, that is the breakdown that I speak on. But we'll get into that later on in the conversation. So yeah, come with us on the unpacking ride. Hello, lady and gentlemen.
Hi, lady.
Hi. lady.
In good spirits this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all smiles. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the show this morning.
Thanks
right?
For having us.
Yes. ONN Gospel is ONN Gospel.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it stand for something, Isaac?
Yeah, it actually stands for a short form of the executive producers of Ultimate Music Group.
Okay.
Their surname.
Oh,
so,
okay.
They are Daniel and Godfred Onoma.
Okay, so that's the ONN.
The ONN, exactly.
Okay.
So the whole idea is that they are very, very religious, and they started from the church. And so as part of their way of saying, thank you, God, for how far you've brought us, they decided to set up an entity that promotes gospel music.
Okay.
And then we came up with the Ultimate Music Group label. So through that, we decided to start putting together shows or platforms that brings together artists to come and also show their talent in further promulgating the word of God. And so we formed Halal Africa.
Okay.
Then we decided to come back to Ghana. So
Halal
Halal
was
Africa.
this formed?
Halal Africa has been in existence since 2017.
Okay. Where? Because you said you decided to come back to Ghana. That's why I'm asking where that was.
Yeah, so that was in the US.
Okay.
Yeah, in the US. And so we came back to Ghana and decided to put together the ONN Gospel.
Okay.
Yeah, so ONN Gospel now is like the
Halal Africa baby. Okay.
The
I
Ghana
get that.
version of
I
Halal
totally
Africa.
understand that. But you mentioned that the founders are religious.
Very.
There's been a conversation about religion and spirituality. I'm asking all three of you so that you also share your views. The conversation has come up really strong in the past couple of maybe months and years even, right? Religion versus spirituality. I'm only asking you because Isaac made reference to the founders being religious. What will be the differentiator for you? So Shadrach, you go, and then Alexandra will go, and then
I would say
Isaac
it's the
will go.
message. It's the message that it carries. You know, every message and what it tells.
Shadrach, please power your voice. The voice inside, but for palm,
I
please.
want to feel relaxed. So yeah. So as said earlier, it's the message that it carries.
Okay.
Every message and what it's talking about. So whether it's being religious or being spiritual,
Okay.
I think the focus should be what it's actually talking about.
What it's actually talking
Yes,
about. All right, Alexandra, what was it before you?
So I believe that religion is based on a relationship between a deity and humanity, you know, and anytime you would want to translate something from your deity's perspective into the human aspect, then you are trying to speak the language of spirituality. So everyone who is actually religious has a level of spirituality. But the only differentiating factor is what deity are we talking about.
Okay.
So the Muslim will have his icon of deity, the Christian will have his, but as long as you are religious, you have a level of spirituality inside of you.
But spirituality cuts across.
It cuts across.
It cuts across. Okay.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yeah, you just summarized everything. Spirituality cuts across. Religion is unique to each person, and like she said, the deity that is being professed.
Okay.
At the end of the day, everyone believes in an ultimate being. Whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, traditionalist, Buddhist, whoever you are, there's an ultimate being, and that together with your doctrine, helps to form your religion.
Okay.
But spirituality at whatever level actually cuts across, and there are people who are not Christians but are very, very, very spiritual.
Yes.
Right. All right. Now that said, ONN Gospel was created. What has gone into the formation of the group? The creation is different because now you have ONN Gospel as what you want, right?
Yeah.
But its formation in bringing people together, from your instrumentalists to your vocalists, the whole team coming together to form ONN Gospel.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, ONN Gospel is not really like a group, like you would have Team Eternity.
Right.
It is not a group.
Right.
But then when there is a project that we need to embark on, we sit down and then discuss what do we want to do this time around. And most of the times they are live recordings that we do, just as the Living Waters experience.
Yes.
So,
which we'll talk about soon.
yeah. So with discussing what we want to do, we also have to talk about the content of what we are going to do. So music. How many songs do we want to put on the project? Who is going to write the songs? Okay, this particular song, whose voice fits it best?
Okay.
And okay, so which instrumentalist are we using? Who is? But one of the primary things that we use to select whoever is going to be part of the project is the artists who need that exposure. So in as much as we are calling on artists who are very well established, who have the talent, who can carry the message that we want to preach, we also try to give those who are still budding that chance to also have some platform to also project whatever they have. Yeah.
Okay, now I'll come to you on what you just said, but also if you want to put a number out for people out there who want to be a part of it, then you do that, but that'll be later on.
All right.
But Shadrach and Alexandra, how did you come to be a part of ONN Gospel?
Okay, you
Alexandra, go first.
Okay, so I've known the ONN brothers since childhood.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I've been singing in church since childhood as well. And so when they came to Ghana and wanted to work on the project, they actually spoke to me about a particular song and said, you know what, we think we best fit this song, and so we would want you to be on the project. So for me, I've had...
Is that All My Days?
That's All My Days.
Okay.
So I've had a lasting relationship with them, and that's not to say if I wasn't best fit for the song, they would have still put me on the project. I think when it comes to ONN Gospel, like you said, it's who best fits on the project, and I was honored to be a best fit for All My Days.
Yay! Shadrach, you were on Ebenezer,
Yes,
please.
right?
Yeah.
How did you? Is it also a project-based thing for you, or are you a part of the family?
Well, I would say I'm now part of the family.
That's right.
I'm a new artist in the family, yes, and then it's been a great honor to be part of this. I was there one time and I had a message from Nana Yao, and he was like, "Oh, there is this recording that we are embarking on, and looking at this song, you best fit in, so we want you to be a part of it." And I was like, yes, why not? Since it's a gospel, I'm ready.
Okay.
So that was how I became part of the recording, and I'm sure I'll be part of every recording.
Yay!
That's right.
Now we have the Living Waters experience, which is the album, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now off of that is what we have Yebesum, which features Kofi Kakari,
Yeah.
and then All My Days, Alexandra, and then Ebenezer. That means that there are 6 other songs
Yes.
on there as well.
Yes.
Before we get talking about that, you two have personal brands on your own, right?
Yes.
Just take us into how you've worked, over time, what you've put into it, and how you plan on pushing it further.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ladies first, as always.
No,
Because he just spoke. Don't mind him. Don't mind him. You go.
okay, so like I said, I've been in church, my entire life. And so ministry for me has been like all my days. Like the song
Literally.
says. Yeah, as in all my days. And I realized that it actually has an evangelistic touch to it, because every time I stand to sing, there's always someone out there who would want to give his or her life.
The soon,
comes
down.
I tell you, want to give their lives to Christ. And so I realized that it's not just the song, but it goes beyond that. It actually steps into the terrains of impact. And so I would want to continue in that path. And then once people come into your space, there are people who come into your space and they need help beyond just the one-time encounter. And so I'm trusting that moving forward, we would also be an umbrella to help support lives. I think that the pivot of my impact is mainly the youth.
Okay.
And so I would want to concentrate on that. Yes.
Vim. Shadrach.
Well, I'm going to make it simple. Yes. So for me, I have been in the church all my life.
All your days.
Yeah. Yeah, I was part of the singing band, the youth choir. I was part of I had about 3 groups during my days in the Methodist church. So I grew up in the church. So I've loved music. But I started this officially, I think 7 years ago, where I realized it was time to actually go out there and make impact in what God has given me.
Okay.
So yeah, what push and keeps me going is there was a time I was a bit depressed and asking God questions that there are giftings out there and people are making impact. I mean, there are people who sing. What is it that when they mention the name Shadrach, what comes to mind? And I realized it was blank. So through that depression, I was praying, and then God led me to this praise chop thing. Apparently, it was my dad who started it, because he used to play the percussion and African drum.
Yeah.
So when he plays, he see exactly what he's playing. That was how this whole thing started. And God said, I want to use
that's
this.
why you add that to
Yes.
what you do.
So God told me, I want to use this to prove to the world that there is more in me, and that if they will seek me, and I'll prove myself in their lives.
right.
You know, it's not easy to come up with something different from what is out there.
That's right.
Because it feels like you're not actually following the trend, so you're not making impact.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was difficult for me to pick that up. And fast forward, by the grace of God, it's making sense. And it's been a blessing. So one of the things that the priest also does is to bring out the joy of the Lord out of people.
That's right.
So you may not have understanding to what I am doing at the moment, but your spirit picks it up. And then you'll be like, though I don't understand what he's doing, I'm excited.
Still go enter you.
You know, and then later you will have to, because it's not everything that you need to. In our generation, they want to understand everything.
Yeah.
But it's not everything you can understand, because we are spirit beings. There are certain things that will only make sense to your spirit.
Right.
Yes. Things that will make sense to your soul are the things that you will read, you will feel, and all that. But most of the ultimate has everything to do with the spirit.
Okay.
So, yeah, so my focus is to, bring out the joy of a lot of
Continue
people.
chopping.
There are a lot of people that they need the strength, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Vim, to you both. Now, Isaac, how would you say the reception of On Gospel has been since inception?
Yeah, so it's a good question, because we started the first project. This is the second one. The first project was just to test the waters, to see how the reception, and amazingly, it's been like a serious break with On Gospel. And one of the flagship songs that actually helped us to break was the praise medley we did that we featured Team Eternity.
Team Eternity, yeah.
Yes,
That
on the
was
first
the one that
one.
was led by Nana Siedu.
Yes, that was Nana. So every member of the Team Eternity group actually led at certain portions within the song.
Okay.
And so Nana was there, Grace Charles was there.
There were different,
Yeah, Grace Charles and the rest of the guys, Nicholas and all of them.
There's a thick, tall lady.
That's Grace Charles.
That's Grace Charles.
Yes.
Okay. I think her voice is very powerful. Like you hear it and you're like, okay. Yeah. Not to say that the rest of them, please. I'm just saying the one that stands out.
I think for her,
that rendition is really good.
Yeah. For her, she has this towering figure, so, and she has a very good voice. Yeah. So she always stands out when, but then, the rest of the guys, they are just marvelous.
Top.
They're just great. So the reception has been really, 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 really good. And it is telling in our numbers. Ever since we started talking about Living Waters experience, our back end regarding our social media, the numbers keep growing. And so it makes us feel that people are understanding us and they are accepting, the ONN Gospel. So
That's great.
the reception is really, really good.
Now that you've mentioned the Living Waters Experience, it is the name of their new album, which was released a few days ago. But to me, when I hear the Living Waters Experience, it sounds to me as a concert or an event or maybe a tour, right? Okay, so we have the album now, the 9-track album. Are there plans to, tour Ghana, tour the rest of the world? The rest of the world, because also there's been a conversation about language, right? In breaking boundaries, especially when it comes to gospel music, right? There was this conversation that Nathaniel Bassey started when he said that Ghanaian musicians should make music more in English so that they can break boundaries. I don't believe that language is a barrier, because regardless of whatever it is, no matter the genre, if it needs to break boundaries, it will break boundaries. So are there plans to also, touring with the same title, The Living Waters Experience, and then in Ghana, outside of Africa?
Right. I think he will be the best person to
Over to you. They brought it to you, shut
there are plans to do that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and it may not necessarily be the Living Waters Experience. It may come with a different theme.
Okay.
But there are plans to tour Ghana. There are plans to go beyond Ghana. And like you rightly said, music actually transcends boundaries.
Language,
So we have a myriad of writers who help us with our songs.
Okay.
And so when it is time for us to have so this particular Living Waters Experience, for instance, is like a mini concert without audience. That is the whole agenda. And so
I mean, the entire team.
So
it's audience enough.
Exactly. We haven't started the concerts yet, but it is actually one of the reasons why we have set up ONN Gospel.
Okay.
And so if you go to South Africa, you have a group like Joyous Celebration. You have an event like Gospel Goes Classical. You have an event like Spirit of Praise. We want to have something similar to that in Ghana. And that is what ONN Gospel sees to spearhead. And so we are going to have events. We are going to tour Ghana. We're going to go beyond Ghana and do all of that. It's just that we also have our Halal Africa, which is more of an international appeal that is happening. And this year we'll be having it in November in South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, we will actually do events. We'll have concerts. Very soon.
So that we can also turn our gospel on with ONN Gospel.
You see that?
Very necessary. Now, Isaac, I mentioned that before I let you go out, have you put out a number for those who will want to reach out, and if you do any trainings, grooming, all of that for the people, are you also open to taking on people who don't know anything about music and putting them through that time of learning and then now shining light on them like you mentioned? Or are you just looking out for people who are already making strides in music and really established people?
Yeah, so probably when it comes to the training, maybe Alexandra Alexandra will pick them up and then do the training. Yeah, but for
Alexandra, you do that?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
She actually has a team that she does that very well.
Okay.
Yeah, but at ONN Gospel, we don't have that establishment.
Okay.
But where we come in will be probably there's an artist who is very good, but does not have the platform to show his or her talent. That is where we come in. We help you. We can put you on an album. We can put you on a show. We can put you on a concert so that you can also express your talent to the rest of the world. But to train, when you come in, probably we could direct you where to go, and then with the relationships that we have with such people,
you can pull the plugs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Alexandra is like a sister. So if we take you to Alexandra may not charge you.
Oh. She's laughing.
Just because it is coming from ONN Gospel.
In the Holy Spirit.
Right. Yeah, but
so is that a number?
Yes. So whoever wants to reach out can call 0246 442064.
Okay.
0246 442064.
Okay.
And then we can begin talking and see what we'll be able to do.
It's exciting that ONN Gospel is opened,
Yeah.
right? So that then everybody can walk through the door and just do their thing,
Yes.
right? Because it's really, really important to focus on youngins. So I like it.
Yeah.
I like what
Yeah.
you all
Yeah.
are up to. Again, the title of the album is The Living Waters Experience, and it's already out there. Okay, so please go listen to it. Let's run the numbers up. Let's do it for Ghana, okay? Because I mean, you have to support your own. Yeah, we say it time and again. But it's been a conversation with Isaac, Alexandra, and Shadrach. If you missed from the start, it will be on our YouTube later on today. That is 3 Music Networks. You're still tuned in to Culture Daily, coming to you on 3 Music TV and Plus 89.9 FM. My name is Lerny Lomotey.